Good morning, student. We have already discussed about bacteria and algae, and now today we will start a new class of microorganism, that is fungi. Fungi are plant-like organisms which lack chlorophyll. When we see any fungi, there will be a thallus-like structure that is attached to a surface or substratum through root-like structure known as rhizoid. When we will learn about fungi in detail, then we will know about the different structures like rhizoid, thallus, etc. Now, some of the fungi are unicellular and some are multicellular. Most of the fungi are saprophyte, means they obtain their nutrition from dead and decaying organic matter, while some of the fungi are parasite, means they get their nutrition from other organisms. About them we will discuss later on. Example of some common and important fungi are yeast, molds and mushrooms. So one by one we will discuss today about these three types of fungi. First one is yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungi and it lives in colony, and yeast needs warmth and moisture for growth, and when it grows rapidly it releases a lot of carbon dioxide gas, and that is the reason it is used in bakery industry, so that a lot of carbon dioxide will be released and bread and cake will become spongy. Yeast reproduces by a special mode, that is budding, and it is a mode of asexual reproduction. Next type of fungi is mold. Mold is a colonial multicellular fungi, and mainly it is found over bread. So the commonest form of mold is the bread mold, and when we see when we keep any bread just like this untouched for a few days, then a greenish color powdery layer is formed, that is bread mold. And when that bread mold is seen under a microscope, then it appears like this picture. You can see rounded structures are there. The rounded structures are known as sporangium. Sporangium are the structures which contain spores, and when sporangium bursts, then spores are released in the air, and those spores fall on any surface and they get favorable conditions like warmth and moisture, then it grows into a new fungi. So this is regarding mold. This picture is a detailed view, microscopic view of a mold, and is termed as mycelium, mycelium, mycelium of bread mold. Next type of fungi is the mushroom. It is the commonest fungi which is seen through our naked eyes, and it is found in all the damp areas where some organic matter undergoes decomposition. You can see this is a mushroom, and you can see a scale like structure under the mushroom. These are known as gills, and actually these gills are the sporangium of mushroom. Inside these gills only spores are formed, and the spores, when they are released from this sporangium and falls on any surface and gets suitable conditions of warmth and moisture, then that also grows into a new mushroom. So this is regarding yeast, then mold and mushroom. Yeast reproduces by budding, molds and mushroom, they reproduce by spores. Mushrooms, some of the varieties of mushrooms can be eaten also. So it can be useful also and it can be harmful also, because some of the mushrooms can be poisonous too. So this is all about yeast, mold and mushroom. Rest of the things regarding fungi we will discuss in the next class. So that's all for today. Thank you.